The steady rise in Nigeria's inflation rate further raises worries for citizens who bear the brunt of a high cost of living and rising prices of basic amenities. Economist Ogunsola joined me on the news to discuss further. Thank you very much for joining me, Dr. Ogunsola. Now, the country's inflation rate has been on a steady increase since December 2023, and this has raised concerns about the potential impact on the economy and consumers. The CBN has thrown several measures at the challenge, but the inflation rate is not coming down. Now, what else do you think should be done to tame this rising inflation?
Thank you very much for the opportunity to speak again. The food inflation has actually been the issue here. And well, thank God the president has already given an order that, food that are going to be imported for the next 150 days should not be taxed. Custom duties, excise duties should not be collected on those food items so that we can have more food in the country, and probably that will force the price of food to actually come down. But I think that is still not enough because the prices of diesel are still not coming down. We were thinking that Dangote refinery that promised that fuel distribution, petrol, PMS, will be distributed nationwide in Nigeria from the 15th of June, which is today. Probably will have seen that coming into 15th of July, sorry. Probably will have seen that into the markets. That will help to reduce this, cost of transporting food in the country a little, but that is still not coming up. But in June, thank God that the increase was just a very slight increase. So it means that government is actually controlling this inflation gradually. The increase is just about 0.24% increase for the inflation figure. So it's actually being controlled, unlike before that we're having close to 0.9% increase. So when we compare it month-on-month increase level, we'll see that it's actually slowing down. But when we look at it on the difference, the gap, we'll say it's actually going up. So government is actually doing something to control it. But we are not yet there because it's not about seeing the gap slowing. It's about seeing the inflation figures actually going down itself. So governments need to do more.
Now let's talk about the federal government's plan to open a 150-day duty-free import window for food commodities as it stepped up efforts to tackle rising inflation, which has impoverished many Nigerians. Now, is this likely to address the problem?
Oh, yes, it's likely to address the problems to some extent because we have a very high population towards the borders of the country, like Lagos, even up north, the borders in Sokoto to Kano. So many population, around the border areas where the food will be coming in through. They will get the food, a little bit cheaper. That is on one condition if the exchange rate is not going up. Because even if the food is coming in, the food is not coming in free. They still need to pay for this food, and they pay for it, in dollars. So we have seen that dollar is actually steadily rising, gradually, not also so much. So if the exchange rate is also going up, 1,500 and for something there to a dollar, if it continues that way, we are still going to see the prices of this imported food still high by the time it's converted to naira, because we are going to use our naira to change to dollar to buy this food. So it will actually help, but not totally helping. So the CBN on one hand also need to continue to ensure that there is stability in the forex so that this importation will have a meaningful impact, on the economy. So everything still works hand in hand. It will help if and only if the exchange rate did not actually go up.
Well, let's hope there's no further increase in the exchange rate. Economist Dr. Ogunsola, thank you very much for sharing your thoughts.